Many believers are never fully healed, and it's not because God is unwilling or incapable. It's often because we secretly resist the process of healing. One of the first reasons for this is unforgiveness. You might not even realize it, but if you're holding on to grudges or bitterness towards someone who has wronged you, you're blocking God's healing power from flowing into your life. Jesus made it clear in Matthew 6:14-15 that if you don't forgive others, your Father won't forgive you. Unforgiveness creates a spiritual barrier that prevents God's healing from reaching the deepest parts of your soul. And no matter how much you pray or seek God's presence, that wound will remain open. Another reason some believers never experience full healing is that they're holding on to their past. If you constantly revisit past hurts, trauma, and regrets, you're essentially living in the past, and it's impossible to walk fully into the freedom God has for you while you're chained to old wounds. Paul reminds us in Philippians 3:13-14 to forget what lies behind and press on toward what lies ahead. Healing requires you to release the past and choose to walk forward, trusting that God's plans for your future are greater than your past struggles. The third reason is lack of trust in God's healing power. You might say you believe in God's ability to heal, but deep down, you secretly doubt that He will heal you. This doubt, this fear, undermines the process. James 1:6-7 warns that those who doubt should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. True healing begins with faith. Faith that God is not only able but willing to heal you, even if the healing doesn't come immediately or in the way you expect. You also might be withholding part of your heart from God, unwilling to let Him fully access the areas of your life that need healing. If you're holding on to pride or self-reliance, you're not allowing God to do the deep work He wants to do. Healing is an act of surrender, and without surrender, you remain in control of your wounds. Lastly, some believers never experience full healing because they're not walking in obedience to God's word. God's healing power isn't just about asking Him for help, it's about living in alignment with His will. Psalm 107:20 says, "He sent out His word and healed them," but that healing is often linked to obedience to His commands. If you're walking in disobedience, living in sin, or ignoring God's instructions, you are resisting the very healing God is offering. Healing isn't a passive process. It's an active one that requires cooperation with God's will and a willingness to surrender to His timing and His way. So ask yourself, are you truly ready to be healed? Or are you holding on to something that's keeping you from experiencing the fullness of God's restoration? Don't let unforgiveness, doubt, or disobedience stop God from healing you completely. Step into His healing power today, trust His word, and surrender every part of your heart to Him. Only then will you be able to experience the freedom and wholeness He's promised.